Hey guys, today we're going to be taking a look at the brand new Active Sling from Modern Dayfarer, and this is a very sleek and minimal everyday carry solution. And in the past, we actually took a look at Modern Dayfarer's original sling bag, which was a little bit bigger and it had some additional organizational options. It was very well made, and this bag definitely follows along those lines. It has a solid build quality, a very sleek and minimal look. And it's just going to be a little bit of a smaller solution for anybody who likes to keep things just a little bit simpler as they're walking around throughout their day-to-day and maybe have some larger items that don't quite fit into a pocket. Now, as a backpack fan, I'm still not quite sold on sling bags as a concept in general. I just like the way backpacks look a little bit more, and they're just more comfortable in my opinion. However, I could definitely see the value of something simple like this. It's gonna allow a lot of quick access to some of the things that you wanna get to throughout your day. So really excited to share with you guys. There's a lot of great stuff here, and I wanna thank the company for sending the sling for me to test out. And with all that being said, let's go ahead and jump in. Starting out with the overall aesthetic, the Active Sling has a very modern and minimalist look. It feels very similar to Modern Dayfarer's other products, so just very clean and simple exterior, all black. I really like how this looks. It feels like it's gonna match up well with a variety of outfits, and it's gonna look great for when you're walking around the city. I don't think that you would normally take a sling bag into the office, but there's just something about the kind of more minimalist look that this has that makes it feel like it might actually wear well with a nicer outfit. Maybe not a suit, but maybe some slacks and a nicer shirt. So just to really like the overall aesthetic as far as a sling bag goes, it really looks kind of like just a very fancy fanny pack almost. You know, it really just looks like the modern day version of a fanny pack, which is really interesting. I know fanny packs are making a little bit of a comeback, so this fits right in with that trend. And so just a really nice aesthetic overall. I like how this looks compared to the original Dayfarer sling bag, and so in the footage here you can actually see the two compared side by side. So a lot of same kind of design elements, really sleek look, but the original Dayfarer bag is just going to be a little bit bigger than this one here. So if you have some additional stuff that you like to carry with you, that may be the better option. And so continuing on with just the materials, the Active Sling is made out of a very durable VX21 sailcloth, which is going to offer a ton of weather resistance and tear resistance. I've used a few different bags with this material and it's always held up really well, and it just feels very solid and like you're going to be able to put this through rougher usage and like it's just going to be with you for a long time to come. And I really like the patterning on the VX21 sailcloth. You can see that it kind of has this crisscross pattern here, so it just gives it a cool, not quite tactical look, but it just keeps the bag from looking like just an all black pouch. So I really like the use of that material, and again, it just feels like it's going to offer a lot of weather resistance. Now, with a sling bag in general, one thing to keep in mind with a flap opening like this that we'll take a look at in a little bit is that it doesn't have the protection that you would find in a zipper, so you always have to make sure that the flaps are properly closed to make sure that no water sneaks into the side. So we'll take a closer look at that in a second, but in general, it just feels very well built. In addition to the sailcloth material, you also have two really durable fidlock magnetic buckles that actually control the flap opening. And then on the strap, you have another fidlock magnetic buckle, very similar to what we saw on the original Dayfarer sling and on bags like the Boundary Supply Prima system. And I really love the use of these magnetic buckles. They're very easy to open and close. They feel really solid. They hook in very tightly, so it never feels like this is actually going to fall off. And so just a really solid build quality all throughout. And moving into the strap itself, I really like the implementation here. It's just a really solid material. Again, I love the use of this fidlock buckle to make it very quick to get this on and off. So there's plenty of strap here and adjustability. So if you like to wear this as an actual sling bag that you can drape over your shoulder or your back, it's going to give you plenty of space to kind of adjust it. You have two straps on the sides and then these strap holders to kind of keep a neater look. So I really like the different ways that you can configure this, and I really like wearing it as a sling bag so that you can just kind of swing it around and quickly reach in and grab whatever you need. Now, even though I like wearing it as a sling bag, I've actually enjoyed using this a lot more as a fanny pack or a waist pack, depending on what you like to call it. And it actually works really well in that regard. You have plenty of space with the strap to attach it, and it feels really secure. And it just, because of its smaller size, I feel almost makes a little bit more sense to wear as a fanny pack. It just fits in nicely. It's almost like an extension of your pants pockets. So really like the versatility provided by this strap here. And overall, especially because this is a smaller bag, this has actually felt pretty comfortable, even though the strap doesn't have a whole lot of padding all throughout. And then jumping into the sling bag itself, on the outside, there's no additional organizational pockets, which was a little different than what we saw on Dayfarer's original sling. They had a few zippered pockets on the outside, which was a little bit nice to have some separation. So this is just kind of one large main compartment. And so to get into the main compartment, again, you have these two magnetic fid-lock buckles, and they have a pretty secure hold. And there's actually two different levels that you can secure this at depending on how much you've packed the bag out. So these open and close pretty comfortably. There's a pretty secure hold here, so it doesn't feel like this should pop open accidentally, but it's still pretty easy to just reach down and grab it open when you want to get into your pack quickly. So pretty nice implementation here. But one thing that I will note about the system is that when you pack the bag out a little bit more, it can get a little bit finicky to kind of get it closed. You really kind of have to make sure to put the flap all the way over, and it takes a second to get used to kind of getting it to lock. For the most part, the magnets are strong enough that if you get it even close enough and you just kind of push down, it grabs in there pretty quickly. But to be honest, I do kind of prefer the buckle that was on the original sling bag. Even though it's not quite as quick access, it didn't have this magnetic opening, you kind of had to slide it. It still was just a little bit more versatile, and I like that it had the strap to give you a little bit more space to kind of open this up if the sling bag is a little bit more full. So that's the first thing I'll talk about here, jumping into the sling bag. As you can see, there's some leftover space at the top. There's kind of this leftover flap, but you can't actually use this space. If you put anything larger here at the top, this won't reach down to grab the buckle. So it was a little bit strange to me to kind of see this and have this space and feel like, oh, I could maybe toss in something additional here. But if I tried to place anything else here near the top, it just became very difficult to actually close the sling. And as I was mentioning earlier, that's where you really get into the danger of maybe having some gaps here where water could get in if it happens to rain. So I thought it was just safer to leave it a little bit emptier there near the top and make sure that I had a nice secure hold here. And so opening the sling bag back up, on the inside, just one large compartment with some simple organizational options on the inside. As this is meant to be more for minimal everyday carry, I probably packed this out even more so than it was intended to be, but I was still able to get a lot of use out of it. And so jumping in, the first thing that I have here on the bottom is a little bit bulkier, and these are my Ray-Ban sunglasses with their case. And so besides that, you can see there's just a nice amount of space here. On the inside, it has this really bright lining to make it very easy to see what you want to get to. And then I also throw in a smaller power bank here, as this is definitely something that I would normally want to carry with me but not have in my pockets. Now there is enough space for a larger power bank. I'd actually put in my portable Bluetooth speaker power bank that you've seen in a lot of my daily bag videos. That does fit in here, but I wasn't able to fit it with the sunglasses. So it seems like this is gonna be good for holding maybe one bulky item and then a bunch of smaller items. So I was also able to toss in my GoPro in here. So really depending on what I needed throughout my day, I just kind of swapped it out so that I didn't have too many big items. And then moving on to the back, you just have one larger slip pocket here. That's gonna be a great spot for something like a Kindle. That fits in there perfectly. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to fit my iPad mini into here. It was just a little bit too big. But again, as a minimal everyday carry solution, this isn't really meant for that. This would definitely hold something like a larger phone. If you have one of the iPhone 11 Pro Maxes or one of the Samsung Galaxy Notes, it should be able to fit in here comfortably. But for me, that was a great spot to hold the Kindle. This isn't super padded, but it is a little bit thicker than kind of your standard slip pocket. And then behind that, I also threw in a Field Notes notebook just to kind of showcase how much space there was in here. And then moving up along the front, you have a few simple mesh slip pockets that offer a nice amount of elasticity and space for anything larger that you want to find easily throughout the day. And so starting with the one here on the left, I just have a simple lightning cable and charger for my phone. And then on the right, I have my KeySmart key organizer. And then I also have my Apple AirPods Pro, and all that fits in there very easily. So just really like the simple layout of these compartments, making everything very easy to find. And then on the flap here, I almost forgot to show this, is this secret compartment that's gonna be great for anything a little bit more sensitive that you wanna keep kind of hidden with you throughout the day. This flap compartment does have kind of a bit of a risk of being easy to open, maybe for a pickpocket. It's very close to your body, but the flap itself isn't as well protected as a lockable zipper per se, so it's still nice to have this kind of more hidden compartment here that's zipped up. You can't really get to this zipper too easily, and then this is gonna be a great spot with plenty of space for storing something like your passport or your wallet as you're walking around. So just a really interesting idea here. Nice to have a little bit of separation from the main compartment, but in general, I just really love the simple layout of a sling bag like this. And if you're somebody who likes to keep things a little bit more minimal and simple, and you're looking for a stylish and durable bag to kind of carry all of your EDC items, then this is gonna be a good option to check out. And so to wrap up, it's been a pretty good experience testing out the Active Sling from Modern Dayfarer over the past month. It has a really great build quality, a very sleek and minimal look, and it just provides a really quick access system to make it very easy to get into your stuff throughout the day. And so you can currently purchase this on Modern Dayfarer's site, and if you're looking for something a little bit bigger and with some additional organizational options, I definitely recommend you check out the original sling bag that Modern Dayfarer put out. And then if you're like me and you prefer more of a backpack style carry, they also have their Dayfarer backpack, which is a really well built and versatile bag. So I definitely recommend you check those out. They all have a really sleek look and great build quality. And although I haven't tried out too many slings here on the channel, as I was testing this out, one of the first bags this made me think of was the sling bag from Nordipak, which actually came as part of Nordipak's travel system. And that packed down really flat into the larger travel bag, and it also just had a really nice, simple organizational layout, just a few small pockets. It was a little bit bigger than this, so it'd be good for holding something like a tablet, and just a really solid design. So if you're looking for a similarly styled bag that's gonna offer just a little bit more versatility, that may be a good option to check out. And although not as small and simple as a sling bag like this, I was also thinking a lot about bags like the Mystery Ranch 3-way expandable briefcase, which I've really enjoyed testing out and have kind of opened my eyes to some of the benefits that you can get with a shoulder or sling style bag, and just really some of those quick access benefits. So I really like that with that bag, I have the ability to reach down and grab some of my stuff really quickly while I'm still wearing it. And that has a really solid build quality and a lot of extra space. So if you're looking for something a little bit bigger for your everyday carry that you're gonna be able to use for the office and just offer a lot of organizational options, then that one's gonna be a good option to check out. And as I mentioned during the video, one of my favorite things about a sling bag like this is how easy it is to pack into a larger travel bag so that you have something to use when you arrive at your destination. And so although it's not a sling bag, I was also thinking a lot about the Matador Free Reign 24, which is just a really lightweight and simple packable backpack. And if you're like me and you prefer a backpack style carry, you think it's a little bit more comfortable, then that's gonna be a great option. It doesn't really weigh anything, and it's gonna offer a ton of weather resistance for anything more sensitive that you have to carry with you throughout the day. With all that being said, the Modern Dayfarer Active Sling is still a really good everyday carry solution, and I'm definitely curious to hear what you guys think of the Active Sling and under which scenarios you would prefer to use a sling bag over a backpack. And if there are any other great slings that you think I should feature on the channel, as always, please let me know in the comments. And I want to thank the company again for sending this sling for me to test out. And if you guys found this video useful, please give us a like. And if you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss any upcoming videos. And thank you guys so much.